move-over law has been in effect for nearly 5 years. But what happens when you really can't move over for an emergency vehicle which is on the side of the road? That's this week's Good Question with Pat Taney. So, Pat, a woman reached out to you after she was actually pulled over?
Yeah, for not moving over for a police car on the side of the road during rush hour traffic. So, Christine White, an optometrist from Avon, asked me, how do you move over when you can't do so safely? All right, Christine, so you were driving on 390 in Rush and you were pulled over. So what happened exactly?
Well, yes, and a police car had pulled a car over. So it was bumper to bumper rush hour traffic.
You just couldn't get over to the other lane.
Could not.
Christine slowed down but was still given a ticket.
You just want to know what to do.
What's safe?
For the answer, we asked Gates Police,
It's Officer Lance Duffy.
who, by the way, did not pull over Christine.
What happens when you literally just can't pull over?
So the law states you have to change the lane over. However, that being said, it has to be a safe lane change.
And if it's not safe,
So it would just be lower your speed limit, and if you can't get over, you just can't get over.
Yeah, if you can't get over, I mean, obviously safety is our main issue here. If it's unsafe to change a lane, we don't want you to change a lane. However, that being said, make sure you slow down.
This is a 55-mile-per-hour highway. What would be a safe speed?
So you want to at least get down to 40, 35 if you can.
which again, Christine said she did, but was told
That was not good enough. And I said, what should I have done? And she said I should have pulled over behind her in the shoulder and waited until I could get into the left lane.
Is that recommended?
No, you never want to pull behind a police car.
once again, Duffy says the rule to follow,
Just know your surroundings. Be aware of everything around you, your rear, your front, and to your left.
and if you can't change lanes, don't. Just slow down.
Now, do you think people know this?
No, no one that I've spoken with is really clear.
Including, according to Christine, the officer who pulled her over. Her intention not to get that officer in trouble. She just wants to know what to do next time. By the way, Christine's ticket was pled down to a parking violation, but it still cost her, Rebecca, $160.
Wow, and a lot of people watching this would be frustrated by that. All right, Pat Taney with this week's Good Question Report. Now, if you have a good question for Pat, you can send him an email at goodquestion@whec.com.